Alright, we're going to take a look at ScreenCastify. ScreenCastify is a way to record screen video, and it can record from a lot of different sources, a lot of different ways, but it's on your computer and it records anything that you do on your computer, whether you're working on the web or whether you're working on in a document. It's a great way for you as a teacher to be able to record your instruction. It's also a fantastic way for students to be able to record their learning. So one thing about both of those, ScreenCastify works primarily with Chrome, Chromebooks, and Chrome boxes. So one of the things you have to do is you have to be in the Chrome browser, which should be on all of the computers in our district. The Chrome browser, and you'll also be needing to use your Google Apps for Education account, which all teachers and students in Montgomery County already have. If you are unfamiliar with the login, please see your technology integration coach, and they'll be happy to hook you up with your how to get you started on using your Google Apps for Education account. Alright, so I am in Chrome, the Chrome browser, and ScreenCastify is an add-on for the Chrome browser. As you can see down here, you can add it on to your toolbar, and mine, it doesn't show up as well because I've got mine as a black toolbar, but it shows up right here. If you don't know how to add it, if you Google ScreenCastify, one of the things that shows up is this Chrome store. So if I click on that link to the Chrome store, Chrome web store, it'll bring me over here and I can click on this to add it in and I'll OK it. What's nice is when I record, it gives me the ability to use my own microphone for my computer. I can even use the webcam to record me while I'm also showing what's on the screen, which I'm not going to do that just because it's not going to add anything to that by having you have to look at my face while I'm talking. Alright, so again, we have the ability to record anything that we do in here. So let's get something really good that we can do, and I can show you how this works. Alright, up here in the top, let's go with, I have a Padlet page that I've made. Let's see what else I've got open that I can mess with. Let's see, I've got a digital book that I'm reading in, and I've got my OneNote that I'm looking through. Anyway, any of those things that I can pull up on my screen, it can go to. And let's go over here and let's pretend I'm walking through how to use my Padlet. So this is a Padlet I made for using with the first grade classroom for adding notes and writing their answers, because I want to get them to used to digital writing online. This is kind of an easy baby step for them. There's no password for them. But I'm going to use this screen record to talk them through how to do this. So I can, if I want to leave this at a computer station, I can make a little video that I can save there, or I can put on the web to show them how to use what I want them to do. So I'm going to click on the ScreenCastify button, and notice I have, what am I going to record? Am I going to record just one of the tabs that I'm in now? I'm going to record the whole desktop, or am I going to use the camera? I have to select the camera. Right now that's the FaceTime one, which I am not going to use. I'm going to go back to desktop, and I have to check mark and that's okay to use the microphone. If I want to embed the webcam so it's like a little version of me floating over here, I'm not going to do that one because it's going to get in the way. Back to this. When I'm happy with the settings, I've got the microphone going. Look at that preview button there. Preview there. I'm going to start recording. Now this is the ScreenCastify Lite. It's the free version, so you only get so much time you get to use it. So I'm going to click on Start Recording. And it's going to ask me, what do I want to record? Do I want to record, this is my OneNote, this is my email, there's that book. Do I want to do the entire screen? So anything that shows up here, so if I swap back and forth, you'll see all that. I think I want to focus on just on using my page. So I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to click Share. And in the corner, you're going to see a sort of preview button going, and there's a pause and a stop. And it's recording what's going on. Here's my directions. So if I was giving directions to my students, here's what I want you to do. Welcome, this is my Padlet page for our class, and today what I want you to do is there is a text box here that has your directions. It says you're going to click on the picture below, and there's a little picture here that's going to open up another window. And I want you to click on View Original so you can see the original window, and that's an online digital book that you'll be able to thumb through to be able to find what you're looking for, because we're looking at the different kinds of parts of a book, like table of contents and index, and I want you to see the difference of that and everyone to have a copy, so we're using this digital book. And we're going to come back over here and click on this X, and we're going to come back over here, and I want you to answer 2 of my 4 questions in your own box. And here's how you do that. You double click on the page, and it's going to add a spot for you. I want you to write your name and then tell me which number you're answering by putting that number, a period, and then type the answer in your best guess spelling for the answer to that question. So if you're doing number 1, the question is, what does the table of contents list? And then you can type what your answer is. A good way to do that is to start with the question and reword it. The table of contents lists, and then you're going to finish your answer. Then you'll hit return a couple times and pick your second question. Like if I want to do number 3, it says click on the index button. So I have to be in my book and look at the index button. How is it different from the table of contents? Because an index is different from a table of contents, but in some ways it's the same. We're going to look at how they're different, and I want you to write your answer. The index is different from the table of contents by, because, and then finish your answer. When you're all the way done, when you put your hands down, I want you to finish. I want you to stop. When I see everyone's hands down, I know, hands down on their desk, I know they're done writing, and we can share our answers with each other. And that's a really powerful thing about this is everyone's going to be writing, but everyone can right now only see my question and their one answer. And on this particular tool, they can hit the reload button, and then all of a sudden everyone's answer appears. All right, so that's actually not what you're here for. You're here for ScreenCastify. So ScreenCastify says the border's there. It says there's this here. Do you want to stop sharing? Yes, I'm done recording my directions for my students. I forcibly stopped it. Yes, I know that. I'm going to ignore that piece, and it's going to come over here.
In the corner, you're going to see,
and it's going to instantly replay what you just saw. All right, so when I'm done recording, now it's here. It doesn't have a name. Padlet. Directions for text features, because that's what we're doing. That's what the video is about. Close. I can view all the other rest of my recordings because I can have more than one recording. I can save this. It can download this to my computer. I can click and trim or copy pieces of this, or if I really hate it and think I can do better, I can hit delete and I can trash it. I'm going to choose save to disk, and I can click here. It's going to download that as a WebM file. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is if I click share, I can save it to my Google Drive, because again, all of our students have a Google Drive account, and all of our teachers have a Google Drive account. It'll save it to my Google Drive account, and I can even get a shareable link. This is really powerful because now I have a video that's stored in my Google Drive that I can copy this link and I can post it onto my web page. I can send it to parents with directions for how I did things. My students can, if they're using ScreenCastify, they can save when they're talking through how they did something, what they learned, they can save it, and then they have the video for what they did and their voice, saving it and then sharing that back with me. Now I can copy and I can put it directly in thing. Notice there's also a Google Classroom. If you're familiar with Google Classroom, you can click Share to Google Classroom and immediately embed that video into an assignment or into a question in your Google Classroom. So a really nice way of doing this. And of course you can change the privacy to being only people who are CMCSS or not even unlisted, so they have to have the link to go directly there, and they have to be part of CMCSS and signed in, or anyone on CMCSS can do a search for it and find it, but they have to be signed in, or unlisted, which is how I have this one, so you'd have to have a link, otherwise you won't be able to find it. Or public means anyone, anywhere can find it no matter what. Alright, so this is ScreenCastify. It's a fantastic tool. One I like a great deal, and it's a great way for teachers to be able to share their instruction, so they can publish it on the web for students to be able to watch over and over and over again, or for students to share their learning with their teachers, and they get to put visual and to hear the student's voice and thoughts, so they can, and the parent and the teacher can, it's almost like sitting beside them without having to always be beside them. You can hear that kind of one-on-one kind of discussion. Again, that's ScreenCastify. It is an add-in for the Chrome browser, and saving it requires a Google account, whether it's a regular Google account or, like our district has, a Google Apps for Education account.